Identifying how we are feeling and what emotions we are feeling is a really powerful step in helping us to manage them or to be with them and acknowledge them or to express and communicate them, rather than having these emotions or these experiences that are kind of sitting in the background running the show without us being able to name it and identify it. And in moments when we feel a lot of stress, it can be really easy to attribute a lot of things to the experience of anxiety. And anxiety is a real thing. It is something that you can most definitely experience. But what I find really useful is to look at that feeling that feels similar to anxiety, and usually you'll feel it in your body somewhere. Looking at that feeling that feels similar to anxiety and asking myself, is it actually anxiety? Or is it something else that I'm just not giving a name to because it feels close enough to anxiety, and maybe I have a story that because I suffer from anxiety that it means that it must be that. So things that could be similar but aren't necessarily anxiety could be things like overwhelm, or even grief can be one as well. And they are subtle differences. So for me, anxiety is that feeling in my gut, solar plexus, heart area. So those three. But it's also with a busy mind, and it kind of shuts me down. I feel kind of incapable. I'm not incapable, but I feel incapable of being able to focus on what I need to focus on to get things done. And I've noticed a difference when I've been feeling that, where I might still be able to get things done, or it's helpful to focus on things and just work through the list without the overwhelm of trying to do it all at once, but looking at things just one at a time and going, okay, this, which is a different experience to my normal experience of anxiety. So it got me thinking about how I identify these feelings and why it is useful to be able to identify it a little more specifically and name it a little more specifically. And what it does is it removes a sense of helplessness for me. So I was able to identify that second one where I was still able to be productive as more of something like grief, where then I feel empowered then to go, okay, well, this is what I'm experiencing, okay. And simply naming it makes a difference in my levels of compassion for myself, or how I then approach it and how I take care of it. So anxiety, there's not really a lot I can do, but it's just a different experience, and it's a different relationship to what you are experiencing. So when we go straight to anxiety, we kind of limit our understanding of our experience, which then limits our ability to express what is going on for us and actually look at it. And when we can look at things that are actually going on with us and name it either for ourselves or to other people, whether it's the people that you're working with remotely, and just to explain what's going on for you in that way, or if it's the people that you live with or your loved ones in some way, it just changes that element of expression and self-expression and what is okay to feel and experience. And really, it's all okay to feel and experience, but it's just a different kind of permission that you're giving yourself that changes that relationship with yourself as well. You are allowed to feel whatever it is you're feeling, and the more that you can practice naming something, whether it is in a time of worldwide crisis or not, the more that you can practice naming something, the more depth and understanding and intelligence of yourself you will probably experience.